Good morning students. Hope you all are safe at home. Today I am going to discuss about chapter number 10, Introduction to Database, MSSS 2010. So what is database? It is a collection of data in an organized, synchronized order in a sorted manner which can be easily accessed and modified. You can edit, you can modify, you can add, delete. All these things can be done with the help of the database. It can be a simple list or complex list. There are many ways to organize data, out of which 4 has been mentioned in your book, that is your hierarchical, relational, network, object-oriented, out of which relational database is most popular. So what is database management system? Database, the word database is collection of data, and management system is a set of program to store and retrieve data. So we can say that it can be said that collection of data and a set of program to store data and manage database easily, efficiently and accurately. Some of the software which provide us the facility are MSSS, Oracle's, Firebrite, MySQL, etc. In earlier days, we find that the data are stored in a file format, so which creates some limitations, some disadvantages. What are these? Just look at the screen. Data redundancy, data inconsistency, non-shareable data, non-standardized data, and data security problem. So DBMS, that is database management system, has created facility which helps to remove all this disadvantages so that the user can use it to store data and to work with it. So let us see how it has been removed. Database reduce data redundancy. Redundancy, the word redundancy means duplication. That is, data redundancy means duplication of data having the same name at various locations, which help to save computer memory and leads to accurate management. Such as example, let us consider one example, a student's profile. If we see a student's profile, in one file we save all his personal details, such as parents, guardian's name, then address, contact details, and in other files we save the academic session. So what is the common between that? Both have the student's name. So database helps to reduce it and maintain in a single format to maintain all the data. It will merge both the things and it will help us to maintain our computer memory, to save our computer memory also in an accurate measurement way. Next is our database control data inconsistency. Simply we can say that same data exists in different location. That is, when same data exists in different format in multiple table through DBMS, it can be reduced in data redundancy, which leads to data inconsistency. The third one is database facilitates sharing of data. At that point of time, we see that database used by many people simultaneously at different time. Using this DBMS, it helps to ensure the correct data is received by the user based on their requirement. That means through this process, we can share our data one after the another, and it can be ensured that depending on their requirement, we can exactly extract what type of information we want. The fourth one is database enforce standard. It means the rules and regulation to make data in a standard form. This standard may be organization owns format, rules and regulation, or it may be national or international. The fifth one is data security, ensures data security. That is, it has complete control over database, helps to ensure that data is accessible only to the authorized. Those who doesn't have the permission to access any of the information, that users cannot access any of the information from the database. So it helps to ensure the data in an accessible way only to the authorized. It also helps data break down in different levels, so in each level different permission is required to access the information. Sixth, database maintain integrity means that is your accuracy and consistency over the data. It is the maintenance of assurance of accuracy and consistency of data over the entire cycle. That is, to design, implementation and uses of any system which store or retrieve data. So these are the 6 problem which has been resolved by database management software. Now let us see how it occurs. That is how we can create table. What is table? Building block to store data regarding any specific information which is organized in rows and columns. Rows will contain information of the entities and column will contain the information types in all record. See, here the definition has been provided to you. Record is also known as row, is also known as tuple, which contains information about one entity or one item. Example I have given, Ria scored 45 in English and 47 in maths. See, one row focusing the name English and maths and another row is focusing Ria what she has scored in English and maths. Now let us look what is field. In field it is also known as column. So it is also known attribute also, which contains certain type of information on all records. Example, either it will focus only one column, that is name with Ria, or either it will focus on English with marks 45 or maths with marks 47. So these are the things to create tables. Now to maintain the uniqueness we have many keys, that is your primary key, composite key, candidate key, alternate key, foreign key, which provide the uniqueness in our table. So let us see uniqueness of each record to distinguish one record from other. Table should contain some unique features. What are these? Primary key. It is a group of one or more columns used to uniquely identify each record of a table. As I have told you, while creating a table we should have some uniqueness. So while creating a table we can say that name can be a same with other sub name also. Suppose if I say that I want to make the student's name as primary key, it is not possible. If the two person have the similar name, it cannot be kept as primary key. So for that reason we have to find it out that column which have uniqueness, which is differentiate with each other. Composite key. Combination of more than one primary key is called composite key. Next is your candidate key. Those columns which has the quality of primary key are termed as candidate key. Next is alternate key. Alternate key are those columns which doesn't has the quality of primary key, that are known as alternate key. And the foreign key is used to establish the link between the two different tables. Now the software which we have to use to maintain our data, that is your relational database management system, which I have told you that it is one of the most popular software used to create, modify, delete or addition of data. Now what is Access 2010? It is also a software which provides us the facility to store our data in a synchronized order. Its extension is .mdb. It consists of several different components where each component is termed as object and its extension is .accdb. You have to remember all the extension if you want to work with the software. Next is in MS Access 2010, a table can be opened in two ways. The first one is design view, which specify various fields in the table, and another one is datasheet view. It is used to enter data in a table, and here we can add it, we can remove, or we can add whatever we want with the information. So some other important part of MSSS 2010 are report, query, form, macro and module. Query, to ask question about the data that is stored in the table. Form, represent the data in a query form. Report is printed result of the data. Macros is used to add functionality or using automated or repeated tasks, that is providing like action like opening a report, running a query. This comes under your macro part. Module, store programming language statements such as your Visual Basic application programming language, which helps to collect the declaration statement and procedure that are stored as a unit. So here I have discussed about some of the important part of chapter number 10. You have to go through this along with your book part. Thank you.